Hi everybody and welcome to the next lesson. Today you're going to learn how to add sound to different buttons.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's exactly what you're going to learn how to do.
2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 4, 2, 3.
Okay, so we're going to make an app that has a couple of buttons on it, and the sounds are on each button are different. So like usual, we make a new file, a new project. Next, I'm just going to call it buttons with sound. Buttons with sounds. Next, I'm happy for it to go into that folder because create. Okay, first thing we want to do is we want to get the images. If you remember what my app looked like, I had nice, images that children would like to look at. So here are my 4 images. Image 1. Then I want to get the sounds. So when I was getting the sounds, I used this number 1. And then I got a couple of options. So you can use any website you want, but this is the one I used. You have to sign up for it. But that's okay, just use your school website. And then use the MP3 option. You can use WAV, but that involves a little bit more changing of the code later. So MP3 for your first time doing this is the best way to go. Okay? So I downloaded 4 files, and now I'm going to upload them to XCode. So I'm going to create a new folder area. It's called a group. So new group, and I'm just going to call this sounds. And then I did this over 2 days. So 2 of my sounds, 1 and 2 are here, and the other 2 are there. So I have to upload them separately. So there. Make sure you take copy items if needed, and click finish. So there's 1 and 2. You notice they all have the same format in their 3 and 4. So sound 3 and sound 4. Oops, cancel that. I didn't try it correctly. Let me do that again. And copy items if necessary again. Happy with that, they're in the correct place. Now I have to just go and do the layout of my app. And I'm just going to add the 4 buttons. There's button 1. I'm just going to use copy and paste, Command C, Command V, Command V, and paste again, Command V. Now I just want to move my 4 buttons to the different parts of the screen. That'll be my button 4. This will be button 3. This will be button 2, and that can be button 1. So for button 1, I'm going to get rid of the text and just add the image for 1. For button 2, you've done this before, so you know how to do this. Button 3. And the last button, the 4th button. Okay. So that's our interface finished. You can make it nicer, but I'm happy with that. Now, we have to go into the View Controller Swift file and make changes. What we will do is we're going to delete all this and paste in the new code here. So just click Main Storyboard, and this is another way of seeing it. I like to work in this view. So I can still see my app, and I know I'm going to replace all this code with the new code. So if you remember this, import UI kit. We keep the first line there, and everything else will go. So let's go and get the code, and then we'll have to edit it. So Here is all the code. And if you remember, import UI kit, we keep that. That's going to be in our code, so we don't use that. And we copy, it says it here, copy and paste everything from here. So we're copy and pasting all this code. And we get to the bottom, copy everything. So I'm going to do edit, copy, edit, copy. So now I've copied all the code. We go back to our Xcode file. If you remember, we said we're going to paste it in here after the import UI kit. So I'm going to take all this, delete, and then I paste. Okay. So let's just keep moving on here. So I just give myself a little bit more room so I can see a bit more. So the first button, it's an IB action. If you remember this from previous lessons, we want to make sure that this IB action is linked to the first button. So we just hold here, we drag to the first button. Then this is, it's called button A here, but that means first button. Then this is where the sound file is linked. Now the sound file they had was called A. What is our sound file called? It's called sound1. It's already an MP3, so we don't change that. So here where it says A, we call it sound1. And now this sound file is linked to that button. So then we scroll down to the next IB action. This is for button B. So it's here, it's the second one. And we just move the mouse over that and then we drag it to the second button. Once again, it's linked to an MP3, but it's the wrong file name. So we change that B to sound2. Then we go down again to the third button. We're going to change it to cross. That's when we can link it. And we click there and we change the sound file again. Sound3. Then we go down to the fourth button and we link it. And then we change this to sound4. Okay? And that's all the editing we have to do. We've now linked all the buttons to the correct sound using this code. And then if you wanted to add another button, you can before you link these, you probably we can do that in class. I don't want to complicate it now. Okay, so that's enough for now with just these 4 buttons. So let's go and test this. And like usual, it takes 30 seconds for this to open. We open the simulator. I think that's the old app. Let's say that's going to change. Okay, let's test it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 3.
Okay, our app is successful. So the link to the coding file will be in the description below. And remember, you're just copying and pasting from here into your view controller. The only line we keep is line 9. Okay, hope you enjoyed and look forward to the next lesson. See you guys. Bye bye.